everyone, and welcome to this week's Maths Mash. So in Maths this week, we have been looking at how we tell the time, and we've been really going over the learning we already knew from last week, and we've been adding in a few new things as well. So we had another look at o'clock, half past, quarter to, and quarter past. And then we also had a look at learning to tell the time in 5-minute intervals before, by the end of the week, we were trying to solve some problems about the time. So I'm just going to stop sharing my screen with you so that you can see my flip chart. Now, this isn't my flip chart. I stole this from Mrs. Crab because it just looked so brilliant. I knew she wouldn't mind. So this is Mrs. Crab's lovely flip chart about 5-minute intervals. Now, before we start talking about 5 minutes, I thought it was really important that we just go back over the ones we know really well already. So this is my time that I'm showing you now, and it is 12 o'clock. I've got my minute hand on the 12, which is my long blue hand, and I've got my short hour hand on the 12 too. So we can't actually see the hour hand at the moment because it's snuck away underneath the minute hand, but this is 12 o'clock. Then 15 minutes passed and we get to quarter past the hour. So my hour hands move very slightly, but this is quarter past 12. 15 minutes, and we know it's 15 minutes because we can count in our fives to tell us. We go 5, 10, 15. That's going to help us with our 5-minute intervals a bit later on. So this time is quarter past. Then we had a look at half past, and that's when my minute hand has gone halfway round the clock. And it's 30 whole minutes that have passed. So this is 12:30. Now have a look at my hour hand. It's just started moving very slightly. It's in between both the 12 and the 1. Then we had a look at this one here. Now, my hour hand is really near onto my new number, which is why we move forward and we say that this is now 1:45. And we have a look at the next number along. We've already had 1:45. We've already had 12 o'clock. So now we look ahead to see that this is now 1:45. And then we move it along again, another 15 minutes, and we're back on to 1 o'clock. So that's the ones that we had a look at the start of the week. And then we started thinking into 5-minute intervals. Now, the reason why I looked at Mrs. Crab's flip chart and thought it was so brilliant is because she's labelled it really easily for us to have a look at. So on this side of the clock, we're working past the hour. So that's why all the 5-minute intervals, they've all got past on the end of them. So if I'm looking at my clock really carefully, I can see the number that lives next to it, okay? And it's 5 past. Then when we're on the 2, it's 10 past. When we're on the 3, we know that one already, that one's 1/4 past. Then when we're on the 4, our minute hand is on the 4, we are on 20 past. When our minute hand's on the 5, we get to 25 minutes past. Before then, we are on 6, which is our half past. And again, we know that one really well. Now, we can work this out by counting in our 5s. So if I'm counting in my 5s, then it's 5 minutes have passed. 5, it's 5 past 1. Then again, another 5 minutes have passed, so I can go 5, 10. I look at what my hour hand is. This is 10 past 1. Oh, you can't really see, sorry. I'm going to go a little bit further now. So now I can see there's quite a big gap from me and the o'clock. I'm looking at that minute hand. I'm looking at where it's sitting. It's sitting on the 4. So I'm going to count in my 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20. It's 20 past 1. So on that side of the clock, it's quite easy. We can count in our 5s to work it out. But on this side of the clock, you're working back towards the next number along. So for example, if I'm on 1:30, on the other side of the clock now, I'm going to be working back towards getting back to the 12 for another o'clock. So I'm thinking ahead, the next number now. So the next number next to my 1 is number 2, 2 o'clock. So that's the number I'm going to be working back towards now. So for example, I can count backwards from my o'clock to find out how many minutes I've got left in this hour. So I've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes left in the hour till the o'clock. So this time is 25 to 2. I look ahead now to the next hour along. I'm going to move it another 5 minutes. So again, I count backwards. I go 5, 10, 15, 20. This one is 20 to 2. We know that one already. This is our 1/4 to, nice and easy. When it's on the 10, it's 5, 10, 10 to. Then we've got just 5 minutes left over, so this one is 5 to 2, and then we're back at the o'clock. So you can see on all of our parts there, we've got it all labelled up. So when we know it's the 7, we've got to remember that it's 25 minutes to the next hour along. The 8 is 20. The 9 is quarter to. The 10 is 10 minutes to. That one matches, that's nice and easy. And then the 5 is for the 11, which means it's 5 minutes to. So I just want to share my screen back with you again so that I can show you how we were solving some of our problems in maths, and we had a look at sharing some time problems. There we go. So solving some time problems. Now, here's one of the examples that we might have used in maths this week. So it says Kemi goes to 4 clubs each week. Which club lasts the longest? Now, if I look at that straight away, I'm going to say, oh, it must be 1. It must be the one that has 1 because 1's our smallest number. But I have to think about my time knowledge here. And actually, 1 hour is quite a long time. It's 60 minutes. So I have to try and remember that. Now, I've got 60 minutes for drama then. I've got music is 75 minutes. Swimming is 45 minutes, and then art is 2 hours, so 2 whole hours have passed. If I know that 60 minutes are in 1 hour, then it must be 60 as 60 to get to 2 hours worth of minutes, which is 120. Ooh, that's quite a big number. I think if I look at my other times, that 120 minutes might be the longest amount of time. So if I was doing this in my book, I would put a circle around art because I've worked out that in minutes, that is the longest time. And we've had lots of questions like that this week. We've all done a really super job, which is why I thought of some more questions like that this week. So I wanted to show you our challenges for the week. So if you're going to do the rowing boat challenge, you're going to be labelling those clock faces correctly. And you've got 4 to do for that one. If you're doing the sailing boat challenge, you're going to be thinking about our friend Sunny, and he's going to London for a trip. Now, he gets in the car at that time on the screen. So have a good look and think, oh, I know what that time is. And then he arrives in London at this time. So you need to work out for me, how long was Sunny's car journey? Now, if you're thinking about doing the submarine challenge, this one has got a few steps to it. So Poppy is meeting Sunny in London for a trip on the London Eye. Now the London Eye opens at 11:15 a.m, which is 11:15. And it shuts at 2 p.m, which is 2 o'clock. Now it has some half-an-hour slots from 11:15 when it opens. And a half-an-hour slot, for example, could be 11:15 to 11:45, which is what I've put on the screen. I've put on there 11:15 to 11:45. Now, Poppy arrives in London at 20 to 12 to meet with Sunny. So she's already missed that 11:15 slot. So what possible times are there left to get on the London Eye? That's your first challenge. Now, your second challenge is think about the cafe, because Poppy and Sunny want to get some lunch. And it says the cafe shuts at 1 p.m. That's 1 o'clock. Which time slot should they choose so that they can get to the cafe before it shuts? So now you have to think about what time can Poppy and Sunny get onto the London Eye for before they can go then to the cafe and get some lunch. So we want them to be able to get on the London Eye and then get off, get some lunch before 1 o'clock. So what slot do you think would be the best for them? Okay, that one is a bit of a challenge, isn't it? Well, I hope you enjoyed doing that. And also I hope you have a lovely, lovely half term. And we will see you again after half term. We're already looking forward to it a lot. Okay, have a good one, everybody. And I'll see you very soon. Bye.